with my co-star Mischief today, and we are going to work on training her to get on the paddleboard. We're going to be going up north this weekend, and I want to do a little bit of preemptive work so that way she's not too scared when she actually gets on the paddleboard and into the water. So we've pumped up the paddleboard. We've got our paw treats here, which she absolutely loves. And so basically I'm just going to try and get her to get onto the paddleboard and feel comfortable with the actual feel of the paddleboard.
Oh, good girl. There you go. One more. Good job. Good girl. Sit. Down. Good girl.
So she seems to be pretty comfortable, at least with the texture. It's not very hard. It is kind of a bit soft. So I'm just going to try and keep her here for a little bit, just so I don't want to push her too fast, but I do want her to get used to just being on the paddleboard, that paddleboards are fun, and she gets lots of treats. Okay, so Mischief she seems very fine with being on the paddleboard. So she's actually where I'm going to stand. So now there's these straps up here, I'm going to try and move her up a little bit more. Come on. Come here, Mischief.
Good girl. Good girl.
Down.
Alright, stay.
Just so she gets used to that I'm going to be up above her. Man, Mischief, you are just doing great. You might be a paddleboarding dog yet. Now, Mischief is a type of dog, she's not too fond of the water. So it's going to be a very good test. This is why I definitely want to try and get her used to here on the grass where she's super comfortable. She's not stressed out. She's just having a good time in the sunshine. Good look. Maybe a little. Oop. Come on, back up. Come on. Come on, Mischief. Back up here. Up here.
Good girl.
See, I definitely want to try and make sure that she knows that this is like a nice, safe place, that she wants to get up here, that it's a good, fun time.
Good girl. Yes. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
And stay. Stay. Getting into the tree.
Good girl. Good girl. Stay.
I'm trying to rock back and forth just a little bit. Again, I don't want to push her too fast. Yeah, but with these paw treats, I have her full attention. Okay, so that's a little bit too much for her. She started to get a little bit uneasy. We're just going to keep going back. Good girl. Good girl, Steph. Yeah. Look. Look. Good girl. Good job, Steph. Good girl, Steph. You probably want to practice this a couple of times just to make sure that she gets nice and comfortable with it. Now, Mischief herself, she does not like too much going above her head. So I know with the paddle, seeing as I'm going to have to paddle like this and put it over top of her, I'm not going to pressure her too much today. I just want to make sure she knows that this is a nice safe spot. And I'll do this a couple more times, and then then I'll work up to working with the paddle. So now I just want to work with her at the paddle a little bit so she knows that, you know, this is not going to hurt her by any means. But again, this is just a nice, fun. When I get this out, it means that she's going to have a good time. Good girl, Mischief. Lay down. Down. Good girl. Good girl. You always want to make sure that whatever treat you're using, it's a high reward treat when you're working with something like this. Because Mischief specifically is very food motivated with the treats that she really likes. She loves these paw treats. So you want to make sure it's, if you've got hot dogs or if you know that they really like a certain treat, use that when you're training with something a little bit out of their normal training like this. Step it up a little bit. Oh, good girl. Yeah, good job, Mischief. All right, you're doing so good. Yeah, good job. Mischief. Yeah. I'm so proud of Mischief right now. She really does not usually like anything going above her head, so she definitely, she's working for these treats. Aren't you, girlfriend? Yes, you are. Yes. You're doing so good. Well, she seems to be doing okay, so I'm going to see if we can get her back up on here. I don't think I'm pushing her too hard today. So we're going to get her back up here, and I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of paddling with her. Come on, Mischief. Come on, back up here. Come on. Come on. Up. Come on. Come on, Mischief. Come here. That's it. Stay. Mischief. Mischief, look. Sit. Girl. Good girl, Mischief. You are doing so good today, Mischief. If you notice that your dog, if you start doing that and she wants to jump off, don't go any farther and just keep working on getting her here and getting her used to the paddle on the ground. So Mischief is doing so well today. And we're just going to keep going with it. You want to make sure you always keep training fun. You definitely don't want to push your dog any farther than it wants to do. Once it becomes not fun for you or for your dog, you definitely just want to step back, go and do a fun activity with them, and then come back to it another, maybe in about an hour, or even just another day. Good job. You're so good. Yeah, good job. Yes, this one, Mischief. So the next step is going to be actually getting into the water with Mischief. Make sure that it's nice and low, so that way if they do jump off, especially with Mischief, who's not such a fan of water, she definitely likes the ground. I'm going to make sure that it is a lower, pretty close to shore, so that way if she does jump off, I'll have the leash with her, and we'll make sure that she's, be able to run back up into shore. Alright, so today we are here in Kaysville and we are going to, it's a little rough out today, but we're still going to try and get the dogs to actually get on the paddleboard and see how they're going to do. Okay, so Mischief's actually on the paddleboard. She is a little bit scared. She's getting a little wobbly. You're okay, Mischief. So I'm just going to give her some treats to try and calm her down. Yeah, Mischief. Okay, so she's still taking treats, so she's not too scared. Kind of hang out here for a little bit and see what she wants to do. Now Mischief does not like water, kind of at all. So she kind of knows that there's not really anywhere for her to go. I think a dog that likes water would be a little bit harder to train on this, but she knows that there's not really anywhere for her to go. I think she's just going to stay right here, but we got to get her balanced because she's a little bit wobbly right now. Girl, Mischief. Ideally, I would like it to be a little bit calmer, but this is what we have to do with today. So, if you can get on an inland lake where you can, it's a nice shallow spot, and it's really calm, I would say that would be the best way to do it. But we're working with what we got today. It is a beautiful day in Kaysville, so we're gonna go with it. Just letting her get her sea legs a little bit. She does go on the boat quite a bit, so she does know the rockiness that a boat can have. But obviously this is a little bit more than a normal boat. Okay, so you want to come up this way? Keaton, stay. All right, good girl, Mischief. All right, so now I'm going to attempt to get on and see how well we both can do. I won't be able to stop myself. Very shallow water here, so I'm just trying to keep us in this little spot, so that way if she does jump out, and if I need to, we don't really go too far. We're in probably about a little less than knee deep. All right, so now I'm going to attempt to stand up, and we're going to see how we can get this going.
We could get her to sit.
Mischief, sit. Sit. There you go. Good girl, Mischief. There you go.
She's actually doing really well.
Yeah. I'm going to try and turn us around so that way we can head into the waves. Good girl, Mischief. Yeah. You always want to do lots of praise, especially right now. I'm not really able to get to the treats. Mischief, sit. Good sit. Good girl. Mischief. Move your butt. Mischief. Move your butt.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm
Good girl.
gonna pull you guys a little bit. So we're kind of getting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I guess he just likes to chill.
Alright, good job, Mischief. So Mischief must feel very secure, kind of maybe behind me or near me. So kind of go with the dog, see what they want to do. Definitely a test of balance. I've been on the paddleboard a couple of times, so I kind of know what I'm doing on the paddleboard. I definitely wouldn't say you learning how to paddleboard with your dog at the same time. It's a little tricky. Okay, Mischief, sit. Mischief, sit. Mischief, sit. Alright. So that's what we're going to do for Mischief today. Now, Peterbug, who's sitting up there nice and cute, he's going to be our next trial. I feel like she did really well today. She is still a little bit nervous, but again, you'll want to take things in stages. I want her to have a really good experience with this and maybe not even getting into the water at all. So I just want to get her, but she's on the paddleboard. She's a little shaky, but I feel like she's getting better at it. So good job, Mischief. So now we're going to switch out for Keaton and see how he'll do. Started a little video a little bit too late, but Keaton jumped right on the paddleboard all on his own. So that's the best that we can be hoping for. Good job, Keaton. Come on. Ready? You ready? All right, come on.
You're okay, Keaton.
Keaton, come on. Keaton, this way. Keaton, come on.
Let's get him out of there.
Good job. All right, so, so Keaton first got on here, and as we started to drag him out, he was facing land, and he was really trying to get off of there. So what we did is we actually turned him around and had him facing out towards the water, and that calmed him down a little bit. So we were able to give him some treats, lots of praise, because good job, buddy. And so now he's calming down just a little bit. There you go. Good job. All right, so now I'm gonna try and get on here with him. He's a lot more of a lover, so we're gonna see how this goes. All right, sit. Good job, buddy. Good job, good sit. Yes, I mean, so good. Okay. Good job, Keaton. Alright, now I'm going to try and at least get on my knees here and see how we can do. Now, Keaton is a dog that likes to lean on me, so I might have to combat my balance a little bit if he starts doing that. Mischief!
Good.
We're good? All right, we're good. That was a nice little maneuver there, Keaton. Glad we didn't, sink. Okay. Now I'm going to try standing up and see how we can do. In case we, Now Keaton is about 10 more pounds heavier than Mischief. So he does weigh a little bit more. Ideally, you would want them in the front so you can kind of see where they're going and what they want to do, how they're doing. But right now, we're just getting them onto it and used to it, and getting that balance, which is very tricky in this water. But we're just going to go with what he wants to do right now. Again, it's all about the dog and making sure that they are having fun and an enjoyable, good experience. Make sure it's a good, enjoyable, first time experience. Get too close to short, so I don't want him to think that he can just jump off right now until I got that leash in hand. But this is one way that you can have fun working out with your dog. If you enjoy paddleboarding, it's a really nice way to integrate it into things that you love. Having fun with dogs. Actually, Mischief, you're okay, girlfriend?
Oh! I got you, buddy.
He decided he kind of had enough, or I think maybe a wave might have slipped him in because he was near the edge. So that's one reason why I like to have this life jacket on. So just in case you're out in deeper water, he did have to swim up to where he could reach. Now, one nice thing I like about these is that they do have handles. If you wanted to try it again, you can lift them up. Get them back on that paddleboard. Yeah, bud. Woo! Sit. Good boy. You alright, buddy? You're good? You're gonna fall in again. So that's paddleboarding with dogs. A few more tips that I would suggest is make sure that if you are at a beach, you do it in a little bit more secluded area so that way the dogs are less distracted. Maybe even trying one dog at a time would also work well. Also, trying to do it on maybe a calmer day or a calmer, also on a calmer day so that there isn't too much. And maybe on a calmer day where the waves aren't so crazy, where they push your dog in. But the dogs had a good time. They're getting tons of treats. Another tip is to always make sure your dog has fresh water. So we did bring a water bowl out, and these guys look kind of thirsty. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.